6:04. Raleigh Water Board meeting, July 15th, 6:04. Three members are present, along with Paul, our acting superintendent, Rob Saminsky, our worker, John Scora, Carmen, and Mrs. Snow. Call the meeting to order. And first thing we have on the new business is interview Rob Saminsky for the primary water operator vacancy. Any questions?
Would you like me to come up?
Come up.
Have a seat.
Well, for those who don't know, I'm Robert Saminsky. I've worked here for about 5.5 years. I've experienced the distribution system and the treatment system. I have a D2 full license, I have a T2 full license, and a D3 in training. Also have a voice and engineer license, 2B, 1C. I'm working on my CDL Class B, the permit. I've received training in the new treatment facility. And that's about it.
How far along are you when you're a CDL?
I got the permit, and I've done some driving around with the highway department. That's about it.
So you guys schedule the road test, Rob?
No, not yet. Maybe a little bit more practice for it.
Tim?
It all comes. Any questions?
Yeah. How do you see yourself here in like 3 years?
Not the primary operator of the filtration plant. Maybe secondary operator of the distribution system.
I can attest, I don't think you've had any problems with us at all. You've always been a
They're an excellent worker.
You've always been giving us everything you have. And we really appreciate your service. You should know that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The only thing is, we keep bumping somebody up to the primary, we have to start over the secondary.
So, you think you can handle this position? Or?
Yes, I have been doing it for a little bit now. I was acting primary about a little over a year ago, so I had a little experience then. And been acting primary on and off for the last 2 years. I've spoken with the DEP. They seem like they're okay with my performance and the DEP reporting. On that, pretty short running.
I have no problem whatsoever with Rob moving up.
I'll make a motion that move primary operator. I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are you guys?
Welcome aboard, buddy.
Appreciate it.
That's right.
Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Good luck, Rob.
This is done.
Sure.
Next on our agenda, we got Resident Matthew Holland memo, 21 Summer Street, which we have in our packet. Do you want to read that?
All right, this is from Matthew Colleran, dated June 30th, 2014. Dear sirs, addressing the employee of the Water Commissioners. I have been a resident of Raleigh for approximately 26 years and fully realize that times and costs change. My complaint stems from the fact that I recently received my first bill from Pentagon, which group you hired to conduct the town's billing. I noticed that the water bill would rise occasionally due to summer months in the past. However, it stayed pretty much consistent over the late years. I requested a copy of my past year's bills from Raleigh Water, and I was told to go to Pentagon, to which they responded to my request for previous bills 2013 annual drinking water report. Raleigh Water has checked the water meter and found it had no leaks. I have now been referred to the board. As stated in my previous bills, have always been consistent. However, you will note that the first bill for Pennacook was almost double what my bill consistently has been. Then I received my second month's bill, and that was the same. I don't believe it's a coincidence that you retained a new billing company and my water bill rising to a degree that has since that hiring is merely a coincidence. I would ask that someone looks into this before my water gets shut off.
I have something I'd like to suggest to the board, that any of these complaints that we get, we have a couple of them here tonight, probably get shut off. And I would like to get a hold of who the meter name?
Neptune meter?
Neptune meter.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have that, to see if it's very possible that computer system needs to be recalibrated and check some of these, because I mean, we've had so many complaints.
We can check these with the manual reader Rob has, and we can check it with the laptop. See if we get the same read. It's just
I'd like
picking
to
up
have
the
it,
signals.
I'd just like to have this checked. That's
Okay.
one less thing
Yep.
that we have to, you know, I mean, these people, mine's going up the same way. I mean, they're not alone. But I think if we start there,
Yep.
and
Someplace to start.
they don't have a leak, Rob's already checked, they don't have leaks. Let's make
Do you
sure.
know
our
a data
computers
logger
work.
on this one, Rob?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So if that's a motion, it's very much the same, as we have that check.
Make the motion. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So everything will, nobody's water gets shut off until we have this checked, and at our next meeting, 2 meetings, whatever it takes to have this thing checked, and then we'll discuss this and decide what we can do.
Okay.
I mean, we've just had so many of them.
Air conditioning.
So with that being said, do we want to still want to go over the abatements? We got one for Edward Belton on Timbrook Street and one for Alexander Arthurs on 331 Weathersfield Street.
Paul, have you gone through these?
I have not gone through these yet. But 10 Brook Street, the tech, was that you, Rob, or was that?
Then Denver.
The meter was running, but the usage in the house was shut, so the water was going somewhere. Where, you don't know. A lot of times it's just a running toilet.
I'm just saying, if we start at the beginning
Yeah,
with our reader and go back over these, in the meantime, I don't think we should be charging them interest and demands and all that until we know what's going on,
this one we'll have to look at. We'll have to go back out to this house,
okay?
because the meter was, they said the meter was running. So something in the house was using water.
All right.
It's going somewhere.
The biggest culprit in the home is the toilet bowls.
Exactly.
That rubber.
Yeah.
All right, so this one on Mr. Belson on Timbrook Street.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like somebody to go out there and, you know, the dye or whatever we gotta do with for the toilets. And we'll put everything on hold until that's done, and plus a reader's check. Is that fair with the board?
I agree with that.
Right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And we also have another one. Alexandra Arthurs, 331 Weathersfield Street.
According to this one, Roy, they had a leak and it was fixed.
And how much is, this one here, I think the same thing is, until we have a meter thing recheck calibrated or whatever, the hole it and then look at it.
This house have a barn too?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
But supposedly somebody went out and said there was no leak. She had a plumber there. The history of living there 20 years, she never used that much. Especially March and April.
Now, he wants to talk to somebody with authority and then make a decision on this, so.
Why don't we, on this
Let's
one
look-
here,
let's-
have him come in?
Let's look at what, I mean, he's upset that his bill went up for, what, March? In April, or what?
March and April, he used quite a bit of water according to the meter.
I mean, I don't understand why these people are trying to say that it's a mystery of who's in authority. All they have to do is ask who the water board is. I mean, it's not like we're hiding from anybody.
Well. So 2,
That's not,
114, there's a real spike there, and then, I recall seeing spikes like this when somebody left a hose running or something like that, so. So he had a plumber come out, Cameron, did you handle it all? So he had a plumber come out and the plumber found no leaks?
No leaks.
Okay, so,
We got a data log here.
and then data logger says what?
Doesn't look at it.
Is he upset about that one spike area?
she had some old fixtures changed at the same time.
Yeah.
The pump came out.
She got a couple of big spikes here, right around the 5th of March of this year.
Well, it bumped up quite a bit,
Yeah.
starting in March. And it's stayed pretty high for the interim, so.
Do you
Have
know
you been
about
out there,
this one, Rob?
Which one's that, 331 Weathersfield?
Weathersfield?
Yeah,
331 Weathersfield Street.
That's the farm, right? It's a...
Yeah, it says they got a barn.
Yeah,
Alexander
that,
Apples.
I did not go to that one.
You know who went out there?
I'm assuming Peter King.
Yeah. Maybe you could check this out.
Sure.
Through, our superintendent.
I think we should put a hold on this and it'll be checked out again, and also a reader. And again, no demand or interest on this bill until it's straightened out. Is that fair enough with you guys?
Yeah.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion?
Do I have a second?
I'll second with the understanding that it's taken care of hopefully the next meeting.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
We can't let them drag on.
No, it's just,
No, I understand.
Looks like they have a spike like once a week.
big night.
Yeah. They have a lot of horses.
I have no idea.
Looks like something looked old.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like something happened at the end of March.
But we'll cover all bases by doing our reader first, and then we can deal with it and decide what we're gonna do.
And then maybe you could go back to that last season, you know, from the winter into the spring and see if there's any blips over there. I don't know if you can go back that far. Can you go back?
90 days.
Yeah, but you can look at his bills going back.
Yes.
Cameron, when he's here, can you make sure that they're not charged interest and demands, please? Till this is straightened out, hopefully the next meeting. Okay.
The hourly into bills show, they had something to it.
Right. All right, we start at the beginning with a reader,
Yep.
and then go from there.
No problem.
Covers all bases, the way I look at it. Next on our agenda is a water treatment plant update.
How you doing, John?
Good, we guys. So, today was a good day. Verizon was there. They got the phone line in, four numbers there now. The alarm lines are also in. The high-speed internet is also in too. Everything's powered up, ready to go. The next step is terminating those wires, which will probably be done the end of this week, beginning next week. And we'll get the fire alarm tested, and then be able to get the certificate of occupancy into the building.
Now, has anybody been in talks with the fire chief or the building inspector?
Not yet. We're still, like I said, today was the first day we actually knew we were going to have a dial tone in the plant. As you know, the Verizon lines getting into the plant has been a long process.
I mean, I'd like to make sure that as soon as you guys think you're ready up there,
Of course.
let's get going on this so we can get this thing online.
Yeah, and I can send a little email out just to let them know that the lines are actually in the building now, and to be looking for another email letting them know what the date is for the testing.
Very good, John. I'm sure you gentlemen want this plan online as much as we
We
do.
all do. We all do.
Sooner the better.
Now, once they come up, the fire chief and the building inspector,
Mhm.
and say we can go inside,
Yeah.
now we have to shut 5 down, correct?
Correct.
That's the next step.
Correct.
And then do we have to get DEP back to retest again?
No.
So the original test is all right to go with
Correct.
once we have a occupancy permit.
And just to refresh everyone's memory, what happens at well 5 is, well 5 gets shut down, they're gonna clean all the wells, redevelop. I know you're on a couple, what are you on now, 3 wells?
We're on 3 out of 6.
3 out of 6, so obviously the work needs to be done over there. Those will be cleaned, redeveloped, and then new pumps will be installed in those wells. And those pumps are on site, ready to go in.
It was what, 5 weeks? Was it?
It was 5 to 8 weeks to do all that?
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
So what happens to the old pumps?
We run off just from 2, correct?
Say that again?
When they shut 5 down,
You'll be running off of well 2
And the plan.
and the plant off of well 3. Your pumps will they'll probably get scrapped. I believe they're different horsepower now because they're not pumping into the system, they're pumping locally into the plant.
So there's less energy draw on them?
Correct.
So can any of those pumps be held in reserve for any potential, are they submersible pumps?
They are submersible pumps.
Are they ground flows or are
The existing or the
they,
new?
yeah, existing?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the existing.
There's no place we can use those though.
Yeah, because they're
They're meant to go to the tank.
going to be a higher end pump. They fit in a smaller casing, those 8-inch or 12-inch casings.
Yeah.
And you're pumps over at well 2 and well 3 are larger than that.
So it's not something we use as a backup or anything?
I mean, they've probably seen their useful life at this point.
They've
Which is
indicated.
winding down.
Doesn't make sense to have wells all done over with the old pump, keep the old pumps.
Well, I'm thinking that, there might be something we could put out there on the water well journal or whatever, saying that they use pumps, something maybe somebody be interested in. But,
I'm sure there's some information somewhere in town that you guys might have.
do you remember, Rob, whether they replaced any of those pumps over the last, say, 5 years or so?
At well 5?
Yeah.
No, they have not.
So the original well?
They should do.
Yeah, when were they put in?
I'm not too sure on that.
The same 3 have been off for quite a while.
Yes.
Because our last go around, we were getting the same amount of water out of there.
Yeah. So why were they be, so 3 out of the 5 cluster was being run? So why were the 2 shut down?
3 to shut. I think one of them got hit by lightning quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Various reasons, but
Yeah.
it was far too expensive to replace something that was going to be replaced anyways.
Okay.
And the quality of the ones down the end were in question, so I think John Reza shut those off. Because the 3 now running are closer to the plant right now.
And they have the best water quality.
Yeah.
The sheet with the 5 or 6 signatures for completion, when will that be signed?
Once that fire alarm is tested, then that sheet should be signed. We've got, I think, 4 out of the 6, or, probably, I think it's 6 signatures. 4 out of the 6 are already completed on that.
If we have a meeting within a week or 2, you think we'd be all set, everything is ready?
I would hope so. At this time, it just depends on scheduling everybody to come in and terminate those lines.
So do you have a feel for what Kinsman capable of doing as far as developing well field 5? How soon you can get in there, if,
I don't know.
so.
No, because the big question was, when we were gonna actually have the phone line, and now we've got to restart the plant, and do all the testing, for the fire alarm. So again, that could still be a few weeks out. And then that means, Lane's sitting by the phone waiting to get in there, who's the subcontractor. And I highly doubt it. Here we are,
So if we had a meeting next week, we probably wouldn't have anything different. So if we waited 2 weeks, unless we had something happened 2 weeks ago, is have an emergency meeting, like we had 48-hour notice.
correct, yeah.
Okay, so
That makes the most
makes
sense.
sense to do,
We'll wait 2 weeks and unless something happens and
Sure.
in the meantime, is there anything we can do to help things along?
Well, some other stuff I can go through here. We can do, but as far as that goes, at this point, we just want to get that fire alarm tested so the fire chief can sign off and.
I think everything right now is let's see what happens with the fire chief and the building inspector, so we can get going there, and then we can always go over any questions that they have.
John, how soon does Kingsman want to get in once we're going to the system?
Last week.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean,
I
that's.
know, but will he let us run the plan a day, 2 days into the system? Make sure we have no more bugs?
I mean, that's a coordination issue. Again, we gotta see where Lane is,
Yeah,
who's their subcontractor, who they've hired to clean the wells. Again, they're not sitting by the phone waiting for this project.
Right.
They've had it on their calendar. They've taken off their calendar. I'm sure, they keep asking the question, hey, where are you guys at?
Yep.
And frankly, Kinsman hasn't been able to tell them, a straight answer.
You gentlemen are doing the best you can, that's all we can ask.
All we ask is, if you let Carmen know, and Carmen can send us an email or something,
Oh,
just give
yeah.
us an update, or
Of course.
how you guys are making out, or if there's anything we can do to help you
Yeah.
along the way, by going to the board of selectmen, or whatever is gonna be done,
Well, now that the plant is now, it's hooked up to well 3,
Correct.
and the Paul system's been waiting anxiously to be started up, so,
Correct.
is there any chance that there should be our subcontractor to get that thing fired up? Because
Well,
you
okay,
get that
so,
thing, so it's not no longer it's been on standby for a long time.
so I brought this here. This came in today, an email from Paul Corporation. We sent out an email last week to them.
Thank you.
Asking, for some guidance and basically, saying, hey, this, we've been sitting here dormant for a couple months. And there's issues with membrane filtration systems that sit this long. So we asked the contractor, how the system was laid up back in May. And he laid up the system with Glenn and Peter Rubb. I'm not sure who actually did it, but they basically chlorinated the system and then left it. And then, so basically, he sent this email today, and he stated what they're recommending, which is, it says here, because of the long delay since commissioning, I would recommend that Paul make a return trip to the site to oversee the restoration and recommissioning of the system and offer a training refresher course. Our daily rate is $1,500 a day plus travel costs, and I expect that this refresher will take 5 days. Paul's equipment warranty indicates that the system must be operated in the proper manner. This means that the system residual chlorine level must be maintained, the incoming water quality is within specification, and that trained personnel are operating the equipment.
So we do need that back.
If you ask me, I recommend this. Because you've had, you have new people here, they haven't been trained. One of the things as an operator, I'm sure Paul Rob will tell you, when you're out there, you're pushing the buttons, you're doing it every day, it's fresh in your mind. They haven't touched the equipment since April now.
It'd be a good idea to get a refresher course, especially for Rob and maybe 2 of our guys now. The sooner the better, even if we go to waste, so the sooner we can get this.
Right, or
Up and go.
even here, when you guys are going into the system, maybe you do it, halfway through, or
Yeah.
however. But-
Makes sense to me.
We'll have a motion that we contact him, we'll have Paul contact him, and let him know when we want to do this.
If,
When you think we're ready.
If they'll let us in, not fairly soon, John, that'd be the best.
Right.
Well, we have people here.
Yeah, I guess the first question is, would you accept, they doing that at that rate, and
So we need to get some money voted on. There's about 9,000 there, right?
so yeah, what's that? 7,500. 7,500
7,500.
plus, plus travel costs. I mean, you could say not to exceed, 10,000 at this point. I don't see travel costs being too expensive, but.
They recommend 5 days, but we could always cut that back to 3 days.
It says, I expect this refresher will take 5 days,
Yeah.
which is basically, that's what they were out there the last time.
Yeah, but
again,
these guys had
It was
no,
during a 60-hour.
that was the first time these guys seen the plant.
Right.
Yeah.
Could we get the same woman out there? She was really good.
I would expect they try to do that if you guys requested that. I mean, again, if she's not available until,
Yeah.
a month or so, we almost have to go with what they want to give us, if we're ready to get the plant back online.
All right, do I, someone make a motion that we
I'll make a motion.
have Paul go with this?
We go with a refresher course. Do gentlemen agree, as Paul said, for 3 days?
Okay.
I don't know about 3.
Well, I mean, let's see, where you guys are comfortable at, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of things going on. Have we hired anybody when are we gonna do this?
We
Well,
just want to
this
see
should
your
be done,
availability.
this should be done before you go back online. I mean, they're basically saying, look, guys, we owe you this performance bond, which we'll go over here in a few minutes. But, our system here, it's been dormant for a couple of months, and we want to check it out first, so,
So it makes
kind of
sense.
paying
to
for
get-
them to come there and do that.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, well, the second thing is, we want to be there to restart it with you, okay? And then we want to train, the new people. And I'm sure Kinsman let them know that there's new operators there.
Well, I don't know if we should limit ourselves to 3 days, but, if the board wants to do that, then, we'll go along with that.
What do you recommend, Paul?
I would think Rod would be able to pick that up fairly quickly, but for the others, it might take. But see where we are in 3 days. I think from there, I think the other two that we have in mind for the place will pick it up fairly quickly. They're running treatment plants now. Not membrane, but they're in the treatment plant mentality, Does he think it'll take a day, John, to clean it, not clean it, but chlorinate and all that?
It says, depending on the condition of the piping and water, this could take more than a day to properly flush all the lines.
Okay. Well, we'll see, there might be a residual in there, I tend to doubt it, but there might be.
I think if you do a not to exceed higher value, and then, we can try to cut it down from there, but at least you voted on it.
Yeah.
That's what you hire us to do, is try to keep those costs down, so we'll make sure we do that.
You have anything to say, Rob?
Well, 5 days would probably be the best, but if we can get anything, even 3 days would be great. Because again, I need a refresher course, and the other operators have questions about the plant that I don't have any answers for, and only Paul Industry would have answers for them. So it'd be great, even just for 3 days.
Now, if you have this training, can you bring this along to whoever we hire for secondary?
Yes.
I mean, if they're not in place at the time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would,
Well, then
it
we have
would
some-
really be nice if it was very possible that a new superintendent was on board when this test was going on, which she starts April 11th, which I think is
August.
3 weeks. August 11th, which is basically 3 weeks, so 25 days, whatever it is.
I think the sooner you get this training
Right.
going, get the plant. I understand what you're saying, but the sooner, we need water.
I agree with that, but
We need to get the
we
plant going.
don't want to wait.
We don't want to delay, get
Soon
feeling.
is better than later.
So do I have a motion that we go for this?
I'll make a motion that we go for 3 days, and if the 4th day is required, we go along with that.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So if they can get in there,
Soon as we can.
So,
Sooner than we can get the schedule back on schedule.
Is that in the water treatment plant update, John?
It is.
What about the fence?
I have not gotten a list of the materials yet back from Kisner. And I will
Still
line that
waiting for
up.
that.
What about contracts, extensions and stuff?
So, I have Weston and Sampson's amendment number 8 for engineering services. And I have 3 copies of that here. The value of this amendment is, it's for 7 weeks, and the value is $29,400. The total today is reflected on that. And that's basically, it's an average of $4,200 per week. And that includes my time, Barbara's time, Bill's time.
Do we still get Bill Nunnery to give us some training too?
He owes us 2 days still.
Was it 2 or 1 or whatever he owes is.
He owes us 16 more hours of training.
Can we hold him off until
After
Mary
that.
Ellen gets in?
Sure we could.
He's away next weekend. Right, John? The 21st, he leaves? Yeah.
Well,
Now this,
Can he-
money,
can he-
what account's that coming out of?
This comes out of your SRF loan.
And how are we doing money-wise there?
You're okay. You're still under the 5%. As a, total, engineering and construction.
I just, the last thing I want to do is work around get some more money.
Oh, I understand that. And again, we've, we're part-time, and a lot of these things, they keep coming up, Verizon's gonna be out there, we gotta be there, and, we're doing our best to spend limited time during this period of, this lull period, I guess.
when are they gonna pave the place?
So paving can't be done until well 5 is off, because we basically don't want to put a patch out there. They need to, right now, well 5 is connected into a line that goes down Pingree Farm. That has to be cut and capped because there's a cross connection there. That, like we were saying, that's where the high head pumps are pumping. Now the low head pumps are they're gonna go into the treatment plant. So
That's
that has to
something
be
that,
capped and dug and capped over there.
when you are calling the fire chief and the building inspector, make sure you mention that. Because I mean, there was a big thing about the road going in and out of there.
Well, that's been repaired, yes.
Okay.
John is absolutely right, the pavement's the last thing you want to do.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is just mention that we just, it's going to be done.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve this contract from 7/14 through 8/29.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Do you want us to sign all these, guys?
Please, yes.
How many copies?
Thank you, yes. I go up there. Some days is 6, some is 3.
This Thursday.
15. This rain should help the grass up there.
Well, people shut the sprinklers off, we're good.
No, I mean up the new plant.
I'm going up north this weekend, I'm going to water your grass up there, boy.
Oh, you're all on, huh?
Looks like the golf course up there. Quote grass at
You
home
guys
like
can
that.
keep a copy of that, or however
So three of them is enough?
you need.
Maybe Carmen, you can just take a copy of this, so we've each got a copy
We
of
need
what
to
we.
keep one thing.
Okay, one more, I have two more items, but one more signature I have here is the certificate of partial substantial completion. The board voted on this weeks back, which was based off the letter that I originally wrote and then Barbara Cook rewrote, giving partial substantial completion April 25th, 2014. And this is just a signature for Kinsman, Raleigh Water, and Weston and Sampson, which will go in the file. So there's 2 copies of that.
So we already voted on this.
That's correct.
So I just made it the water commission thing?
Correct. Okay, the last item, did anybody want to just read the text on that? It's pretty standard, it's a religious certificate. This is the Paul performance bond.
All right, so that was the engineering abatement, correct? All right,
Took care of that.
we did the update. Now we're on the ACD date, August, or are we in the fall?
We're in the fall. You can do the ACO date. You want to do that?
It's up to you, I'm just going by our
I'm
list
at the fall
here.
here. So the board, at one of the previous meetings, elected to, or requested, there was some questions regarding the performance guarantee for the Paul equipment. And the board requested that Paul send a letter outlining what changes they would like to make to the performance guarantee. And just a short history of the performance guarantee. In the contract specifications, there was a standard template set up for Paul, or whoever the membrane manufacturer was, to basically assign a performance guarantee stating that the specific conditions in the contract would be met. And if they were not, then Paul would go in and make changes to their system if needed. Okay, so that's what this basically is. They requested to make some changes. There are some changes here that Weston and Sampson agrees with and would also like to make. For example, on the last page, the testing and startup that we did, we changed that flow from 1,702 gallons per minute to 867 gallons per minute per skid. And we both agree that that should be changed, so we have no issue with that.
What's the,
Basically, you
uh,
go cut it in half.
Well,
Well,
we cut it in half each per skid, so the total is actually more, but it's per skid. Not, one skid cannot get 1,702 gallons per minute.
what's the maximum capacity that plant can put out?
I believe it's 1.3, somewhere in there,
Per day?
million gallons per day, yeah.
It's 860 total, John?
Gallons per minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It's 467 and 450.
Yeah.
Do the math on that.
My,
I'll do it right now.
my take on this is that we go by what Weston and Sampson recommends as our engineer, because they know a lot more about it than I do. And I just quickly reading this, I'm just afraid that Paul is trying to pull something over our eyes where we don't know the system, and you guys do. And it's my feeling that we should go with the recommendation of Weston and Sampson.
So do you recommend that we agree with this?
We recommend changing a few of those things. There's some things in here that we wanted you guys to take a look at, and it's basically your decision, but it's not a recommendation from us.
That's why I'm saying we should go by Weston and Sampson's recommendation. They know more about.
So you're gonna throw this back at Paul,
That's correct.
based on our looking at this, and I would think that maybe a vote would be appropriate to support Weston and Sampson, to go back to Paul and say, well, this is what we would accept. So that's the motion. Do I have a second?
So I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What you come up with in the math there?
1.2 mil. 24/7 though.
Yeah.
Pretty darn close in your head, John.
Yeah.
So is there a maximum flow rate per minute coming out of that plant?
Yes, 800 and something. 800
So that's-
and change.
So the 896 gallons per minute is the maximum?
Oh yeah, 896 is what they want to put that as. Yes, we have no problem with that.
And that's
Per
dividing
skid.
up the flow per skid, right,
Right.
John?
But you can't get that to both skids at the same time, because you only have 450 gallons coming from well 3, and 460 something gallons or whatever it is coming from well 5.
Yeah.
So that's your total weight.
The ACD,
So the total really is the,
What you can put out.
well, I know that. I know what we're capable of putting out, but what is the plant capable of treating? It's not the same amount of water that is coming out of the wells, is it?
It is, yes. It's what's coming out of 3 and 5.
Well, that's what
Oh,
can
what's
be,
capable of?
that's what can be treated, but
Right.
you have a plant
Yeah.
that wasn't built really to exact
I'd
specs
have
of
to
what
look,
the,
I'd have to look at the numbers.
So-
I don't know that offhand.
so maybe you could get back to me and see what the
Yeah,
plant
definitely.
from Paul
Mhm.
really is capable of producing that.
So you're looking for design capacity.
Yeah, and what,
Yeah,
Paul wants
I
to
know that
guarantee
it's- Yeah.
as little number as they can, because I don't wanna
Right.
get pigeonholed into a higher number that they really don't need, so.
Right, because you can't produce that, anything higher than that anyway, at this point. Yes. The ACO. The ACO, well, the first thing is we're not sure if it ever came back to the town, maybe when Debbie was the acting water superintendent. The letter of the extension from the administrative consent order to get the plant online was extended to August 15th. And as far as I know, no one's seen that letter, but it's out there. It's August 15th is the date. You are going to need another extension to that date. My recommendation is to, let's see where we fall in the next 2 weeks. It would be nice to ask for an extension to the ACO with the plant running. Makes the most sense. It would probably be much more forgiving at that point,
With the plant running.
with the plant
Yeah.
running. If we see it's still not gonna happen, we need to ask for an extension. Anyway.
That letter never came here, to this office here?
Did you talk to the town administrator? Find out if she got a letter from the DEP?
I think there was an email, I'm not sure, Barbara was taking care of that, I thought, but I'll double check on that.
And then who, would the letter be out of Eric Wall's office? Or the Tom,
From Tom,
Tom?
I can call Deborah tomorrow for more.
Yeah, we just never saw the exact piece of paper, so there was some conversations going back and forth between Robert Cook and Tom Lane.
Well, do you think that we should have a conversation with them to alert them that we're up against a deadline, we're trying to fine tune it, or just a phone conversation?
Let's see where we are next week with the plan, and then we'll make a decision. Maybe July 15th. Yeah, I'd say by middle of next week, we'll know where we are with everything, and we'll go from there. But I think if you guys need to, you know, basically, we should kind of put together a plan of who's going to write the letter, and requesting that, and if you guys need to put forth a vote, and who's going to write the letter, at least that's done.
Well, wouldn't the owner write the letter? No, who's the owner?
The Raleigh Water Department.
Okay.
I know Barbara did one on behalf of Raleigh Water the last time.
Okay.
So Mark had originally did it, there was some confusion.
I think Barbara would be the one to inquire about having writing that one, John.
Well, downtown administration wants to be included in those kind of contacts with the DEP.
I'm sure.
So I would assume they would take, it would go from being a vote from this board to include them downtown as far as what they would want to have. Anyway, I guess, I don't know.
Well, who wants to contact DEP?
Well, concerning the administrative consent order, downtown signed that. So the consent order was signed by, the town. But the extension request, would they have to be approved by the town, I would think. But ask Barbara to check into that. She's been onto that a couple of times, so,
Correct, yeah.
all right.
And you're gonna check with Debbie and the rest of it, right?
See if it came in. If she has it, maybe she does.
Do we have anything else on the,
Nothing else for the water treatment plant.
okay? Go into old business.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John, thank you.
Where are you working these days?
Everywhere. In the office a little bit, and then our PB office, our Portsmouth office. Today I was in Everett, Mass.
You got any projects going on, or?
Yes, things are starting to pick up.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to put this one behind us and go on to the next one.
So, if I don't get to see you, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
Thanks again, John. Under old business.
Yes, I have my suggestion is
What about the one?
review and update and confirm the hire of David Foote for a full-time secondary water operator. Myself, I would like to put that on hold until Mary Jean,
Mary Beth,
Very bad.
Mary Beth comes on and
she can assemble her own team.
exactly. I mean, she's the one that's got to work with them every day of the week. She's going to be our new superintendent, and I think she should have a choice of picking the ones that she thinks is the best qualified for the job.
You made the motion,
I made the motion, yes.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On the temporary one, I would like to get him so we can start getting him on board.
I'll make a motion that we hire Corey Chambers for 15 hours a week as a part-time secondary operator.
We
Is
can't
that where they
put
can
him
start getting
on,
his licenses, you know?
we can't put him on the staffing plan as a secondary
Okay.
with DEP, just so you know.
But he's in training, correct? Doesn't
No,
he?
he has no license.
There's a problem with that, so we should talk about it. So he doesn't have a license,
He does not have a license, no.
not from North Carolina, not
No,
from
the North
Massachusetts?
Carolina one, he let run out. But once it runs out, you start from square one.
So what do you recommend?
We will, just want to let you know, we can't put him on any staffing plan because he's not a mass registered
How long does that
licensed
take
operator.
if we,
He's not available to go start that process till August 1st. So you might want to do the same thing with
put that on hold until we're...
Corey until Mary Beth comes along, because you're gonna need backup operators for Rob. And the minimum that the DEP will let you put in the plant is a T1 OIT. So he can have an operator trainer working in the plant as a secondary to back Rob up. But right now, he cannot go into the plant or the wells, right now, until he goes and passes and takes the T1 test. And once you take that now in mass, it's a year before it becomes full. And then you start with the tube, the line.
He can work as assistant to Rob, he can't go in there alone, is that what you, did I understand it, hear you right?
He cannot work in the plant now at all because he does not have the, but once he passes the test, yes, he can.
Okay, all right.
And so when could
So
he,
we
when
put
could
a
he
hold.
conceivably pass the test?
He's not available anyway till August 1st. And he's in school, I don't know if it's full-time or part-time during the week, so he'd be mainly a weekend.
I think he's going to school part-time, I wouldn't swear it, but.
Okay, I don't know.
Why don't we put him on hold until Mary Beth starts and the same thing goes with her recommendation.
Yeah, but the other thing we could do is we could bring that other gentleman on board too, because we need people. The other guy wants to just work part-time too, I don't know.
Who was that?
He came in here, what's his other?
The other guy from Merrimack? The older guy?
Yeah. And that would take some of the load off of,
We'd have to check that Paul and see if he's still available and he's still going to do a quarter
Do
check.
you have his
correct?
contact information? I can give him a call and see what his availability is.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you got two on.
Okay.
This gentleman for the part-time job here that wants to learn, he can turn into quite an asset. He was in the military 11 years.
I realize it, but I think we should wait till Mary Beth comes on.
I think we could try to get him on anyway, even with the other part-time guy, but we would have to, go through downtown protocols and procedures, so.
We're all set with downtown.
We're all set.
On B.
Yeah. But, the other thing too, Stu, is that, he might not be able to pass it, I don't know. He could.
All right, why don't we put a hold on it until the next meeting? Is that fair enough?
All right.
That's fair enough, because he's not available to take the
Let's
test
find out
till
for sure when
August
he is
1st.
available
Okay.
and be sure what we can and can't do with him.
Yeah,
So he would take the test August 1st, and I've taken state tests before, it takes 3 or 4 weeks to get the results back.
takes 5 minutes now.
Oh, it does?
Now they do it at H&R Block, the testing company that you use now, they partner with H&R Block, so
Yeah,
as soon as you hit the last button, you get a piece of paper that spits right out.
okay.
Have a nice day, or try again.
All right, we'll put a hold on this until the next meeting. And you can check that out more for us. Will?
Yeah, sure. My last conversation with Corey was mainly he was available part-time weekends.
All right.
See, what I'm thinking is that he might fit in very well with helping us out part-time weekends, but we want to make sure we can, I think we need extra help. If this other guy wants to work part-time, we got somebody there that fits the category where we were trying to fit there, which is a retired guy that wants to work part-time. That's got a lot of experience and wants to keep his hands wet with drinking water. So So wait 2 weeks, but we want to look at the possibility of bringing on 2 part-time guys. And what would be involved to do that as far as satisfying the demands of downtown? Because we already figured the budget out. We figured a budget for the wage line for what we have, which is 1 part-time guy, so.
For 1 part-time guy. Because once the plant's going, it's gonna be 7 days a week.
Right. So we need other part-time guys to help us out.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is I have nothing against him. I think he'd be a very good worker. But if he can't go in there and do anything right now with any kind of a license, I think we should hold it until we make sure that we can get something.
We agreed to hold it, you said it a minute ago, agreed to hold it next meeting.
Right, exactly. And in 2 weeks, you might be able to find out something.
Sure.
So we get 2 weeks.
This young man was very impressive. He's going to school, he was 11 years in the Marines, he ran water operation in the military.
So my line of thinking is we get 2 weeks to the next meeting.
Okay.
And between now and 2 weeks, we should find out if there's any possibility of hiring 2 part-time water treatment operators that are union people at this point, since the budget is passed.
That are union people?
They have to be union.
Okay.
The 2 part-time union people. 2 weeks after that, Mary Ellen, is it Mary Ellen?
Very
Yeah.
good.
Mary Beth is coming. So there's 2 weeks there, and still it's gonna be 2 weeks before we really find out as a board whether Corey passed the test or took the test. Right? So we gotta, make a decision hopefully next 2 weeks from now, next meeting. Under the guise of, do we have a possibility of having 2 part-time people at this point?
Just trying to look at the calendar.
29th would be.
Because if we don't
Yeah.
make a decision next meeting, it could be another 2 weeks before we make a decision. And it could be another 2 weeks before we get somebody on board. So then we're playing with a budget that we were depleting astronomically for paying for contract services.
So, my conversation with Corey is that he's not available to take the test until the 1st, okay? Not even to sign up for it. So the availability of the test, they're usually pretty quick within 2 weeks. So for planning purposes, I would say, he should be able to pass the test by the 15th of August. Should be able to.
And Mary Beth starts the 11th.
When she starts to, if the testing is available. I think right now it's pretty open. Because one of my guys went and he got it within 4 days. He got an appointment. So if he can't get an appointment, he's not going to start the process till the 1st of August. So as soon as he can get an appointment, as soon as he can pass the test. If he, how he does on the test.
Right.
All right, next we get on the old business, update on the hot top for the water department driveway loop. I got 3 bids in. One is from Town and Country. That's for ripping out the loop out here, repaving it. That one was for 10-3. Another one from Samco, remove and pave area approximately 30 by 200, 10,950. And one from Action Paving, says rip out, gravel, grade, pave, binder, and finish stop for 9,500. And this is pave approximately 210 by 30, remove gravel and pave 3 inches.
Can I see that, please? Is that about binder and finish? Okay.
The finish is 3 inches, or the binder and finish?
Binder and finish,
3 inches, okay.
which is basically a stick step.
So what, they put 2 inches of binder down and then 1 inch of paper?
Yeah, basically.
how do they price that? Is it square footage? Or?
Yes.
So that's why the prices are pretty similar.
It's just that we've got to do something out here. I mean, we was talking about patching it before, but it's all falling apart. We're gonna patch it. That was over $1,000. And then 2 weeks later, we're gonna have another spot, and somebody's gonna fall walking to pay their water bill into that thing.
Yeah.
And we got quite a lip, as you noticed, that comes from the roadway to that box. I mean, as dark as it is, I don't want to see somebody falling.
Oh, excuse me. Any question I have, these two have a warranty for 1 year, and this gentleman doesn't have it.
I know he, most of his bids are all for 1 year. Always have been.
Action paving is?
I mean, we can get that in writing if you.
I'll tell you what, I'll make a motion that we go the whole bit of your action payment contingent on the fact that he puts in a guarantee for 1 year like the other two.
Okay,
That's enough.
do I have a second?
Well, do we budget for this when we put the budget together for this year?
Gonna come out of maintenance.
Okay, so it come out of maintenance? All right. We got money there? For maintenance?
I will check.
All right, I'll second that contingent upon we have money available in maintenance to cover that.
They have
We may be able to take this out of 014 because,
No, I asked Jeb on that, and,
time gone by.
yeah, it's too late. If we had watered it, before the end of June,
Okay,
and the work was done within a week,
okay.
we could have taken it out of last year's,
All right.
but we're a little behind.
Did you ask her if we had money in the maintenance line? or-
Well, it's out of this year's, but
Yeah.
we can't take it out of last year's.
Well, I look at it this way out there, it's a safety issue.
Exactly.
I can't see just patching the potholes, you'll have 3 more, 2 months.
I'll get the updated one. I have the one for 2014.
Karen, could you put those in a
We
folder,
were
in a whole piece? Shoot.
very, very lean on our budget. We just wanted to keep the rates
Yeah.
down the same, so unless we figured it, what we're gonna spend or whatever. So it'll have to come out of something else. Or something else will have to get sacrificed to be able to pay for that. That's $10,000.
Do you have this, Carmine, in your office?
What is that?
The budget for this year?
I don't,
Okay.
I can get a copy if you like.
Do you get a copy? Karen would have that, or?
Yeah, Karen.
Okay.
Okay, we got another bid.
Well, did we vote on that?
What did you say?
Okay, because I put a contingent.
Right. Contingency that we have the money, and Stewie wants to make sure that he's gonna give the 1 year guarantee.
Okay,
It's
so,
not in writing.
but
we
I
want to
don't
address that.
remember if we voted. Did we vote on that?
What was that? I was ready for that, sorry.
Did we vote? We put it up for a vote, so.
No.
I can't remember. Did we put it up for a vote?
I made a motion,
I modified the motion. I seconded it with a modification. Did we vote on it?
no, I made a motion that we want the contract to action payment contingent on
The guarantee.
guarantee.
Warranty.
And I made it such that we made it
Make sure you
contingent
get
upon we
money.
had money for the budget, so.
You want us to call action tomorrow, Roy, or you want to call him? or-
Well, we should vote on it. If we didn't vote on it, we should just vote on it now. All in favor, I guess?
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I guess it's not where I was gonna go. On the next one, under old business, the update on the Bradford Street stone wall repair. I have a problem with this. The original person was the only one that sent in a thing, and we, at one of our meetings, I think it was the last meeting, we said we wanted to get more than one bid.
Oh, okay.
Now, this guy has come in and dropped his bid $1,300 once he found out we was gonna have somebody else bid on it. And I don't really think that's quite right. myself. So now we have a bid here, and this bid here, but this guy walked in and dropped his bid of $1,500. And if we're gonna do that, I think the other guy should have a chance to sharpen his pencil if he wants to.
Do you have these, Conrad, or did you have these?
I have them.
This one I
I have
got,
one.
Oh, he started out at 4,900.
and he dropped it
So
to 26.
2,300, he dropped it.
26, isn't it?
At to 26, but he dropped it $2,300. 4,900. Started out and then he dropped it to 2,600.
I mean, it ain't right that he gets a chance to drop his and,
Well, the other thing too is,
I'll make
I look at it and it's a lot of money to spend on something. If you look at the wall where the guy's damaged it, the other side, the other end of the wall is the same. It's all falling apart.
but we did do it.
Try calling the Essex Sheriff's Department to work with these people to do it. The gentleman said that they didn't have any like mason for experience in doing so.
Well, I make a motion that we either have him resubmitted or see if the other guy wants to sharpen his pencil. I mean, what's the feeling of the board?
I think we ought to have
I'll
a
make
shorter
a-
wall. I
Oh,
think we ought to have a shorter wall and a shorter amount of money to fix it.
is this the end of the wall?
Yeah,
It's one end of the wall, and if you
right
go look at the other end of the wall, the other end of the wall's falling apart too, so.
Bradley Street.
I mean, it's nice to have an aesthetically pleasing wall in a historic district, but
No, it's just,
No,
yeah,
but if we
there's nothing wrong with it, and we did it with the backhoe when they,
If we broke it, we have to repair it.
you know.
Do you want a third quote or just go with these two?
well, we tried to get three, we got, so far it's 2 people, and I just don't think it's right that one guy can come in and change his bid, cross out one number and put another number. And the other guy did it in good faith and put his bid in, you know what I'm saying?
We have two choices. We can get the third quote. We could throw these out, go for 3 quotes.
Okay.
Or we could award it to the gentleman next to the lowest quote and contingent on liability insurance.
This guy here that was 2,600, that's the one, he's,
He started out at,
yeah, he has his insurance certificate with him.
The other fellow said that
Yeah.
if he was awarded, he'd get his insurance
Oh, I'm
certificate.
sure
He
he
didn't,
would.
he didn't call him
Yeah,
and ask him to send it till he knew that he was awarded, because I guess it costs money with
he either go with this one, or,
this gentleman
look for a third, yeah.
started out there and then scratched it over to there.
There you go. Just say 2,300.
myself. I'd rather see us.
What's your pleasure, gentlemen?
I mean, we're gonna pick one of these two here. I'd rather see this one here myself. But that's up to you guys.
I'll make a motion, we go with one on the left, contingent
That he had
on his
insurance certificate.
insurance. Liability.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Cameron, could you put that in a folder and call that number tomorrow? And then he's, gets his insurance certificate, he can start the wall at any time.
Oh, oh. We'd like to get it before and after, kind of a picture of the wall,
Okay.
before he fixes it after he fixes
I'll let him know.
E, under old business, flag installation and purchase update, Cameron?
Yeah, I'm looking for some prices. I was talking to Stu, but, size pole, you guys, probably 25, 30 feet tall. So,
We're not gonna use the one that we got out here, put back in.
I'm not sure, you know, what you guys wanna do with that. We'll get
Oh, you
this-
have one here?
Yeah, it's mounted on a hydrant. And it had a ball of cement, it just,
You
evidently
have
had
it
a ball
out
of
there,
cement.
but I don't think, they're not very good foundation guys around here.
But I mean, it needs a better base,
Repair, you know?
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, all right, well, look at it, I didn't know you had one here.
It's over here by the container,
Oh,
there's a fire
okay.
hydrant with
Okay.
a pole on it.
Yeah, if we have one.
And it's kind of appropriate in front of the water department, at the hydrant with a pole off of it for the flagpole, I thought. I think you got
Alright.
hit with winter plowing, snow,
Oh, alright,
trails,
alright.
I mean,
We just wanna put that.
but it only had a small ball of cement, you know, it needs a,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean? Alright, so we'll put that down for next meeting. We got some bills that we gotta sign, I guess,
I have one more thing on the old business.
okay?
We've been talking about it, and I believe there's money in the budget for 015, and that's moving the system from Mansion Drive to Central Street, through Fennel Drive.
Do we have any prices, what that will cost?
We can
That's
get
something
some.
we need to explore.
Okay, we will.
Well, I think that might be a good,
I'm just,
Well, it'd be a very good idea, just, you know,
I'm
some
just,
kind of an idea of what kind of money we're talking about.
Okay, no, we will.
well, I think it'd be a good special project for Mary Ellen to get our hands on.
Mary Beth, it's
There you
just an example. Last December, they had a fire on Kittery Avenue, so they had to shut the water down for a good part of the day. And Mansion Drive was shut off from that, and the nursing home.
Which is the biggest water user.
I'm just a firm believer, all these lines should be moved, takes away, gets rid of any stagnant water at the end of the line, whatever.
Yeah, that cuts down the residency time in the pipes, so, yeah.
So can you check into that then?
Yeah, no, yeah. Rock and shoulder. Mansion Drive, is that the one that goes out to the nursing home?
Yeah, you went Fennel Drive
If you go,
and Mansion's at the other end of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kittery Avenue's here,
Yeah,
and then you go through this couple of stone pillars here, you go up the hill there, the top of the hill's the nursing home.
yeah,
However, if you bear off here,
yeah.
you go onto gravel, and you come out on Central Street this way. This is Fennel Drive, this is Mansion Drive. In other words, connect the water from here out to here, Central Street.
I can get it rolling and hand it off to Mary Beth, I can get it started.
Okay. Thank you.
Won't be done by August.
No. Have to go through the Concom on that one,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
Well, I think you're gonna have to put it up for a special article, so.
Oh, check into it, see what we have got to do. Right?
It's in the, I believe it's in the budget.
I will.
Okay, we got some bills to pay. Got one here for, Rock Industries.
1,072.18.
This was for a water break, on, I believe it was the water break down here.
Yeah.
We call it,
Central Street.
so we're all set with that.
Yeah. But I thought we had signed that last meeting.
Maybe we didn't.
I have one more quick thing on the old business while I think of it. You know where the sidewalk was repaired, 2 weeks ago, across from Red Street Lane where they had the water break? The stone's still in the grass between there and the road. Just wondering if we can get, when the boys have time to get rid of the stone, they have to put a little topsoil back.
Where's that?
Across the street from Brad Street Lane, they had a water break there.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Left.
Maybe our a lawnmower guy can get out and do that, can he?
yeah.
Trying to think what number it is, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, we need from Comcast?
102.85.
Almost across the street from the toy farm where they had flea market.
Yeah,
Custom Data Services.
100.
That's for water billing and collection system, annual software, license, support, reduced fee, it says. One from DigSafe.
151.
This is for excavator request for the second quarter of 2014. 150-foot request at $1. New England Money Handling Systems. This is for $90 for quarterly monitoring security and fire alarm, the period of July 1st, 14 to September 30th, 14. We have another one from William Wannigan for 98. 70 up there, it says, down here it says 2027. Any box item processing fee, MLP, any box item processing fee, tax, any box item processing fee, WTR, maintenance, and software maintenance, match post 1. It says total amount 9870, but down here on, you've got 2027.
Yeah, originally got that put together.
So it's the 2027.
So that's various things for the town, so our portion is
Yeah,
2027.
because, yeah, they use it town hall as well.
North Shore Power Enterprises for 3 blades, for a total of $57. Kevin Martin. This is for a toilet seat.
Who authorized that?
I don't know, but it says that annual to provide PO. This is for near there, for the chemicals.
The hydroxide,
470.27.
Caustic soda.
yeah. We have a new bidder this year. This one.
This one's from Verizon. Monthly charges of $55.74.
Is that for any particular well, or is it just a service they have?
I think that's for the,
This is their cell phone, isn't it?
It's a cellular dialer, that's the thing that dials out from well 3 and 5 and 2, or,
Is that for the verbatim dialer or well 5 or 2?
I don't know.
We can find out. We can find out the number.
So there's 2 phone bills, Comcast and Verizon, so.
Yeah. All right. We can find out. Is that a number or a circuit number on it? Is there a phone number attached?
And it says here, participating lines, 1, shared allowance, 1,000, shared usage, 2. It looks like we only paid half it last time. So the previous bill was $126.89. And we sent them $55.74, we owe another $55.74.
Because the wells right now, Tim, are both.
Solid dialer for WTP, June 02 to July 1st.
What's an auto dial? You know what is that?
It receives the alarm and pages the guys out. They're verbatim dials at each well
Okay.
right now. And the one at well 5 will be going away.
Because they'd be hooked into the plant.
It'll be hooked into the plant through the SCADA system.
So we're gonna have two well systems that have this auto dial, right?
One.
Well, well 2 and well,
No, 3 doesn't have one and 5 is leaving.
okay, so 3 and 5 are gonna be hooked into the plant.
Everything's gonna come through the plant except for well 2, and that's on a separate dialer now.
Okay.
Next one must be petty cash for the mailing of, stuff up the Merrimack and stuff, stamps, 5301. We have one here from Weston Sampson. Raleigh Water System Superintendent work. Total hours 26, for a total of $2,080.
Where are we on that budget?
That's all.
I have to check in our office where we are in the budget.
Can you give us a budget update with that? And,
I'll update them all, the 3 of them.
yeah, by the next meeting, which is 2
Yeah.
weeks from tonight.
This was from Weston Sampson Professional Services through June 27th, 2014. Professional personnel. Got John Ellis, Carol Ford, Amy
Plants.
Paul, Sean Rock, and Justin
Torelli.
For that was for a total of $11,472.
Okay.
There's a supplemental one in there for unemployment.
What's that?
There's another small warrant that came in after the fact.
Okay.
Okay, so, Stu, do you want to take a look at these, or?
Please.
This is ridiculous, this one. This is for unemployment. For Maureen Grouse. For $122.
Okay.
We're gonna have 3 signatures on this one.
The CCR was on this one too, Stu.
Okay.
That Amy and Carol did. And we had John Ellis come out for an emergency at well 3 or well 5.
Okay.
Why wasn't that with that stack?
This was the first one we gave in the mailbox.
Okay. Got one thing now? I want to take a look at that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you saw these.
Oh, yeah.
What's
So
that
what you
one?
should do is you should put that on
Okay, 7
for the
minutes.
next meeting, for our approval.
Go to the 7
The
minutes.
joint meetings with the selectmen.
Oh,
It's
Minutes.
52, not 4.
okay.
When you're my age, you I'd like to see 70 again, let alone 50.
What was that number on that stonemasons?
The guys, when you selected. You talked about the storm meeting you selected, right?
Yeah,
So how many guys did you contact? How many companies?
At least 5. And, like I said, not too many got back for some reason. I don't know why. But
I think too small a job for them, maybe, I don't know.
everybody's busy this time of year and stuff.
Maybe it's not to us, but it is to them, probably. They want weeks work, a couple hours of them.
His number, you want his number? It's 978 380
Pretty what?
380 2114.
2114. Bad taste.
Well, I just talked to them.
Okay.
So you're
I
gonna
know you get them in all the time. It's,
give him a call, right? The gentleman's gonna give you
Yeah.
a call.
and I'll give the other guy a call and just make sure he clarifies that, sends a writing or whatever. Comes in to see this or whatever. You gotta wait to see what the money situation is anyway, you know, before you do it.
See, a lot of this stuff we figured on a budget. I don't even think we beefed it up, so, I mean, a lot of these things, I'm not sure where the money comes from.
Okay.
Supposed to have a stormy night tonight.
What's that?
Supposed to have a stormy night.
We're supposed to have a stormy day today, and I
It's
plan
coming.
all my activities around a big storm
They sent
coming
us to
in.
a job today, so there was something on our hot top, it was supposed to rain, and now tomorrow we're gonna go back to Rochester and landfill.
The rural last couple days, that humidity.
It's gonna come up the coast right now, it's just in Connecticut now.
Let's see,
We just had a big job down there at CSX plant.
We're not gonna miss this one, Tim. It's coming up the coast.
uh-oh. Better hunker down for the night, Paul.
Hey, more rain the better.
Better
I'd
go on.
like to see that cold spell coming this way where they had hail there yesterday.
I saw that. Chicago?
I forget where it was.
Does anybody else have anything?
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. Going back to the treatment plant, you were talking about the deinstallation of the pumps for the wells, the ones that are no longer going to be used. Those must be sizable pumps, right?
Yeah.
Because he was talking about scrapping them. Would the scrap income come back to the water department? Is there a scrap policy in place?
Yes, the town thing, we have a scrap
It's
policy.
owned by the town, right?
Yeah, I never figured that out, I don't know.
I know there was a scrap thing. They
Put
would
it in
go
the
up
scrap
with,
yard, the money comes back,
You get a couple
it
of.
goes into the,
Something happened in some other department.
Yeah, I just want to
a
make
while
sure it
back.
doesn't accidentally fall on someone else's truck before it goes into the scrapyard.
You get a couple of quotes and see who's paying the most.
Yep, exactly.
Because they've got to be heavy and durable.
Right.
No, we had to initiate that about a year ago, I think, it was, maybe a little longer.
And a check, not cash, from the junkie.
Right.
They're not worth a whole lot.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
it's
but
not
I mean,
a lot
it's
of
Right.
money.
99, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
The
it's,
three have been sitting there for years, so they're pretty, you know,
it's $50, it's $50.
Yeah,
you know.
50's 50.
well, will the pump installers be interested in refurbishing them or what?
I doubt it.
They don't want to fool them.
Because they've been in the water so long. They might want to refurbish the ones that we're using, but if they give us the credit.
I'll check it out and let us know. If you need to.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.